People are moving to the Tampa Bay area like crazy right now, and here are 10 things you need to know if you're considering the move. I'm Sam, and if this is your first time coming by the channel, this is the Living in Tampa, Florida channel, where we talk about everything you need to know about living, working, and playing in the Tampa Bay area. If that's something you want to follow along with, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell so you're notified every time we come out with a new video. Also, I am a licensed realtor in the state of Florida, so if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. My phone number and email are right there on the screen. Please call, text, email anytime. Let's get into it. Let's start with number 10. It's true, what you've heard about Florida, there's no state income tax. That's a big selling point to a lot of people. There are a few states without state income tax, and Florida is happily one of them. And if you're moving from a place with state income tax, this might really affect how much money you actually bring home from your job. Number 9, sports. People down here are big sports fans. And this year has been a pretty good year. 2020, the Tampa Bay Lightning won the NHL Stanley Cup. The Tampa Bay Rays went to the World Series and lost to the Dodgers, but still a really good run. And the Bucks right now, we're about to go into the 2020 and 2021 NFL playoffs. The Bucks are in the playoffs. Their future's looking bright. People here are really excited about that. People here are big fans. I grew up in Oklahoma where at the time we didn't have any professional teams. Now, thankfully, we have the Thunder, which I'm a big fan of. But growing up, I was just a college fan. I didn't really connect with professional sports, but people here are really connected to it. And hopefully, if you move down here, you'll jump right in. Number 8, traffic. Traffic can be kind of bad in the area, only because the infrastructure hasn't quite caught up with the growth. So if you are shopping for a house, make sure you're actually just going onto Google Maps, tracking how long it would take you to get there, to your job at specific times in the day. All that's really easy to look up. Make sure you're doing that research before you fall in love with an area or fall in love with a house, or maybe even before you accept a job. Once you're here for a little while, there's ways to get around the traffic with timing or with other roads, and you'll get really used to it, but it can be kind of a shock. Number 7, seafood. There is tons of fresh seafood down here. We get a lot of ours from family members that do a lot of fishing, but there are tons of fresh markets. We live in Pinellas County, which is like the western county of the Tampa area, along all the beaches. There's tons of seafood markets. Right now, we just finished stone crab season, and there's stone crabs everywhere. If you really like seafood, or if you just like fish, or if you just like crab or shrimp, there is tons of that here, and it's really fresh, and it's really easy to get. Number 6. You gotta get to know the counties if you're gonna move down here. This is something people talk about quite a bit down here. Tampa Bay is really made up of 3 counties: Hillsborough County, Pinellas County, and Pasco County. North Pasco County is actually pretty far from Tampa, so some people might not consider Pasco County part of the Tampa area. But if you're commuting into Tampa, you can still pretty easily live in Pasco County. So Hillsborough County is kind of the southeast area of Tampa, and it's kind of where the actual city of Tampa is. The airport, all those kind of things. Pinellas County over here to the west is a peninsula. The west coast of Pinellas County is the waterfront and a lot of beaches. The east coast of Pinellas County is along the Tampa Bay. Pasco County up there north stretches across both of the counties. It's got a little bit of waterfront as well. That gets us to number 5, waterfront. Because of the way the bay is shaped, because there's so many inlets and canals and bayous and lakes, there is tons of waterfront here. Even in a small neighborhood might have a couple really big lakes, and homes that are right on it have beautiful views, even have boat ramps. Some neighborhoods have a couple lakes with boat ramps. Others have canals where you can maybe have a big boat or you have a sailboat. You can get out to the Gulf really easily. Even if you just want to go to a spa, you've got Safety Harbor Spa right on the water. If you want to eat on the water, there's tons of restaurants, hotels, parks, all kinds of stuff with beautiful waterfront views. Number 4, sub-cities. So the Tampa area is big, but it's made up of a lot of other sub-cities. Like for instance, we live in Pinellas County. Pinellas County starts up north in Tarpon Springs and goes all the way down to St. Petersburg. Tarpon Springs has a lot of Greek community, Greek culture. It's really interesting. And all these areas have different things going on and different kind of downtown vibes and different kinds of culture. So you could live in one of these small towns and never even feel the need to go into Tampa, the city, and still be living in this greater Tampa area. Number 3, beaches. Of course, beaches could be number 1. This isn't necessarily the best things. This is just 10 things that I want you to know. Number 3 is beaches. The beaches here are beautiful. There's some award-winning beaches. There's smaller neighborhood beaches that you can find. And all of them have their own uniqueness, and you've got to go try them out. In my opinion, the best beach is usually the closest one to my house. We don't live too far from the beach, and we go out a lot just to see the sunsets. That brings me to number 2, sunsets. Since we are the Gulf Coast of Florida, the West Coast, the sun sets right into the water, and it is beautiful. You can count down the seconds while the sun is just disappearing into the water, and there's often big crowds that go out just to watch the sunset because every night, it looks so different. It's beautiful in different ways, and it's a lot of fun. The number 1 thing you need to know about moving here is get in touch with us. We want to help you find the right area for you, for your family, for your lifestyle, whatever it is that is driving your choices in moving and in finding a home. Let us give you a hand. We'd love to help you. Again, our number's here on the screen. Call, text, email, and make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video. See you later.